Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Wisenote. My name's Greg Voisin. I also host a podcast called Inside Personal Growth. And today we're going to be talking about a book by Noel Massie, Massie, and the book is called Congrats, You've Been Promoted. We're going to distill the powerful business insights into actionable wisdom. And as I said, I host this show and also Inside Personal Growth. So please go there to learn more. But have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly climb the corporate ladder while others struggle? Or perhaps you've recently been promoted and feel overwhelmed by your responsibility. Well, today's book holds the answers. We're diving into this book called Congrats, You've Been Promoted, an essential guide for helping new leaders and their team succeed by Noel Massie. Now, Noel is a man who rose from a McDonald's chief crew at 16 to the vice president of operations for United Parcel Services, seeing over 200,000 people. Now, Noel's journey defies conventional leadership stereotypes. He's a black man in a predominantly white field, shorter than the average executive from East Oakland with no Ivy League education, yet he succeeded because he understood a fundamental truth that most leaders miss entirely. His 40-plus year career culminated in leading operations for one of the world's largest shipping companies, and he served as chairman of both on the Los Angeles Urban League and the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce. So this isn't theory, this is hard-won wisdom from the trenches. Now, the central revelation of this book, it is really revolutionary, yet simple. Every workplace relationship has terms and conditions, just like when you buy software or sign up for a service. When employees are hired, they don't just bring their skills, they bring unspoken expectations about how they want to be treated. Massie calls these their terms and conditions. So when these are violated, employees don't quit companies, they quit people. Specifically, they quit their immediate supervisor. Now think about it. When your non-negotiables in relationships like respect, fairness, honesty, and being heard are not being met, your employees have the same basic human needs. The difference between successful and failed leaders often comes down to whether they recognize and honor these terms and conditions. As Massie puts it, you are buying their time and energy. If you abuse or misuse them, they will not behave or perform as you anticipated or you expected. Now, Noel provides practical frameworks that any leader can implement immediately. One is called the B.E.S.T principle, a structure for every employee interaction. So be clear. State exactly what you want to accomplish. Expect the best. Show confidence in their abilities. Stick to the objective. Don't let conversations drift. And test commitment. Give verbal agreement on next steps. He calls this the 4x5 method for difficult conversations, which combines 4 viewpoints: yours, the customers, the company, and the employee, with 5 levels of intensity from I'd like to talk or we must talk. Perhaps the most powerful is the 4-to-1 feedback ratio. He defines this: employees need 4 positive inputs for every corrective one. He says this is manipulation. It's psychological. People can't hear criticism when they feel attacked, but they'll remember receptive when they feel valued. So stop, pause, and listen. When an employee wants to talk, literally stop what you're doing, pause to assess their emotional state, and truly listen. As Massie's learned the hard way, if you don't listen to people, you don't value them. But you'll miss critical information if you don't value everyone. So here's what makes this book different. It's written for the 24.1 million people in the middle management positions, not the 500 of the Fortune 500 CEOs. These are the leaders who do the daily work of getting results through people. Noel emphasizes that there are no casual moments in leadership. You're always being evaluated. Every interaction either builds trust or erodes it. Every conversation either motivates or discourages. So the book provides scripts, exercises, and real-world scenarios. For instance, when dealing with an employee who's chronically late, instead of lecturing about the company policy, Noel says use metaphors. If you call an Uber driver and they were always late, would you keep using them? This approach helps employees reach their own conclusions rather than feeling attacked. So, in our post-pandemic world of remote work, social media, transparency, generational differences, these principles are more crucial than ever. Gen Z and millennial workers have even lower tolerance for poor treatment. They want to matter, to be included in problem solving, and to feel valued. The Great Resignation taught us that talented people have opinions. The leaders who retain top people are those who understand their roles isn't to be served by their team, but to serve their team's success. Now, Noel's grandfather was born in 1900 and told him, "Your life will largely depend on your work ethic and your relationships you choose." In leadership, you don't get to choose your relationship. They're assigned to you, but you absolutely get to choose how you build and maintain them. So, congrats, you've been promoted. Isn't just about surviving your first leadership role. It's about thriving and building a legacy of fairness, integrity of results. As Noel says, and he reminds us, you can encourage your people or discourage them. There is no third option. The choice is yours, and this book gives you the roadmap to choose wisely. Whether you're newly promoted, aspiring to leadership, or own a business, the terms and conditions of leadership apply to you. Master them, and you'll not only succeed, but you'll become the kind of leader people want to follow. So this is this edition for Wisenotes today. Pick up this book. Look at the link that directs you to Amazon to buy Noel's book. And truly, leadership isn't about being served. It's about serving others. We appreciate you listening to this version of Wisenotes, and please click the link to listen to the full podcast I did with Noel Massie about the book. Congrats, you've been promoted. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful rest of your day.